Hey guys, Rex Overdrive here with another movie review, and this time we're talking about Deadpool 2. Deadpool joins forces with a band of mutants to protect a boy from the all-powerful Cable. I've really been looking forward to Deadpool 2, and when that first movie came out, it just felt like such a nice fresh of breath air to the whole comic book movie genre. And it's not like it's the greatest movie ever made or anything like that, but they just really landed it with all of the humor and the characters in that film. And it just felt like they really struck lightning in a bottle with that movie. And it's just overall like one of the greatest theater experiences I've ever had in my entire life. It's also really hard making a sequel that can sort of outdo that first film when pretty much everybody loved that one. But going into this Deadpool sequel, all I really wanted was a little bit more story and a little bit more character stuff, and they really delivered on that. The basic premise of this movie is that Cable is traveling from the future to our present day so that he can kill a kid before he ends up becoming a dude that wreaks havoc on the Earth. But Wade Wilson takes it upon himself to protect this kid and ends up realizing he cannot do it himself, so he puts together a team of mutants and, well, Peter. Alright, there's just so much goddamn entertainment value in this film, and just looking back after watching this film and sort of the feeling walking out of the theater, it just really feels like they stepped up the previous Deadpool movie on every level. And I don't know if it's funnier than the first film. I need to sleep on it. Like, there's so much humor in this film, and like I don't know if it ends in a year from now, it's gonna end up being funnier than that first Deadpool movie. But the comedy in this movie is it's ridiculous. It's nonstop throughout the film, and you have David Leitch directing this thing. It comes from the stunts background, so just all of the action in this movie is just on point, and it just really feels like they took all of those great things about that first Deadpool movie and built on all of that stuff in this sequel. You also have Josh Brolin playing Cable, and everybody, we are in the midst of the summer of the Brolin, man. This is this guy's year, and at first when this guy was announced to play Cable, I was a little bit hesitant. I mean, the dude was already playing Thanos in the MCU. Like, does he really need to, be in another massive, like, comic book movie franchise? But this dude was so good. Like, his character is just so badass, and just the stuff between Cable and Deadpool in the film is it's so goddamn good. And like I said earlier, the action is really a step up from the first Deadpool movie, and even just in the way of like how they use the character of Deadpool, and they'll like use his mutant abilities in such weird and creative ways, like in terms of like his fighting style in this movie, and they just use it in just these like unpredictable and just wacky ways. I just loved everything about this. I will say that with David Leitch directing, I did expect sort of like at least one action set piece or sequence that really would stand out among the rest. And there are great action sequences in this film, but there's not really one that really takes advantage of the choreography and the insane fighting styles and sequences that I think David Leitch can really do. And I just think it was a little bit missed opportunity. The guy directed the first John Wick movie and Atomic Blonde, and if you've seen any of those, I think you can kind of know what I'm talking about. But there was a sequence in Atomic Blonde last year in the stairwell that it's just, I thought it was a missed opportunity, and I think we could have had something in the vein of that in this Deadpool movie. So it was just a minor gripe, a little bit of a disappointment that I had. And it was also great to see a bunch of other characters introduced in this film, and Cable doesn't get a lot of backstory or anything like that, but his character does serve the story, and just all of the banter back and forth between Deadpool and the other characters, like, it's just some of the best shit, and the guy really feels like a threat to Deadpool. We've also got to talk about Zazie Beetz as Domino, and I really enjoyed this character. She didn't get a ton of backstory or anything like that. That's kind of a little bit of a gripe that I have with how they handled her character. I would have liked to see more of that, but I really enjoyed this character, and just the whole way they used her character's like luck ability was just awesome. Like, they'll cut to a couple of other characters just like screwing shit up, just a bunch of idiots, and then they'll cut to her character and she'll just be like getting away gracefully or just kicking these guys' ass. I just thought the way they used that luck ability was awesome, but I just would have liked to learn a little bit more about her character, but maybe we will in the future. And can we please, for the love of God, talk about Dolpender? Oh my God, this guy was just absolutely dynamite in this movie. Just like everything about this guy in this film is just comedic gold. Just like his whole relationship with Deadpool in this movie is just, it's on another level. Like the guy has more screen time and more lines in this film, and just I love absolutely every second this guy pops up on screen, and he's just become like this audience favorite at this point. I eat it up every time we get this guy on the screen. And another really good aspect about this movie is that they really continue the dynamic between Colossus and Deadpool. And that was really one of my favorite parts about that first Deadpool movie, just the whole relationship between these guys. And it's just like opposites sort of attract in a way. And Colossus is really sort of like Deadpool's moral compass, and they really continue that stuff. And I was really glad to see Colossus pop up in this movie quite a bit. But by far the best thing about this movie, and probably the most praise I can give it, is just the relationship between Wade Wilson and Vanessa. Like, this is easily the best on-screen romance we've seen in any comic book movie, and they've been able to like deliver this movie with tons of profanity and jokes and like nudity and all of this stuff. And they've been able to have these characters at the core of it with just this awesome relationship, and sort of have this like story that resonates with people, and just having you care about these characters, but also just being like one of the funniest movies ever made. I just absolutely love that about this movie. But overall, guys, I'm not sure if I liked this sequel more than I liked the first Deadpool movie. It's right up there, but there was just a certain level of charm in that first Deadpool movie. So we'll see once I see it a couple more times, but I had an awesome time watching this film. It definitely kicks it up a notch with all those great things we liked about that first Deadpool film. But guys, that's it for this video. I had a blast watching Deadpool 2. And quick question before I take off. Did Cable ever turn the knob on his gun up to 11? Let me know down below in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe for future videos. I'm Rex Overdrive. I'll see you next time.